Emma, a kind 28-year-old with soft blue eyes and wavy brown hair, stood in a crowded morning train, holding the rail while wearing her pastel sweater and jeans. As the city's golden light streamed through the train windows, she noticed a tired young father, Daniel, 30, with short, dark brown hair and a gentle face with light stubble, standing while holding his 5-year-old son, Ben, who wore a bright red jacket and was asleep on his father's shoulder. Feeling a warmth in her heart, Emma gently tapped Daniel's arm and offered her seat with a kind smile. While Daniel, wearing his black coat, looked surprised and gratefully thanked her, carefully sitting down with Ben still sleeping as the train rumbled forward under the morning sun. Emma stood nearby, holding the pole and watching them with a soft smile, the sunlight catching her hair as she noticed the tenderness in the way Daniel adjusted Ben's small arms while the world outside blurred past the windows. When the train stopped, Emma stepped off onto the platform, turning back with a gentle wave toward Ben and Daniel, who smiled back from the window, as the soft golden light of the city morning surrounded them in a quiet promise of something new. A few days later, inside a cozy cafe filled with the warm aroma of fresh bread, Emma stood behind the counter in her light cardigan, surprised to see Daniel and Ben walk in. Ben's eyes lit up as he waved excitedly, calling out, "Daddy, it's the lady!" making Emma laugh softly as Daniel smiled shyly, asking if they could have coffee. Emma knelt down to Ben's level, smiling as Ben giggled and waved, while Daniel, in his rolled-sleeve shirt, looked at them warmly, the cafe's bright window light framing the scene in soft glow. They sat at a small window table with sunlight streaming in, Ben sipping milk through a straw and getting a milk mustache while Emma laughed, saying, "You look like a little cat." And Ben giggled, saying, "Meow," making Daniel's tired eyes soften as he watched them. The world outside the cafe window blurred with the gentle movement of the city streets. On weekends, they met at the autumn park, where golden leaves fell around them as Ben ran ahead laughing, Emma and Daniel walking slowly behind, talking softly while Emma wore a cozy coat, and Daniel walked with his hands in his pockets under the clear blue sky and warm sunlight. They would sit on a wooden bench, watching Ben toss leaves in the air while the golden hour light framed the trees around them, as Daniel looked down and softly said, "He smiles more now," to which Emma replied with a gentle smile, "Maybe it's just because he knows he's loved." One evening, while Ben was playing nearby, Daniel opened up about losing his wife and how hard it was to raise Ben alone, his voice quiet and tired, and Emma looked at him with warmth, reassuring him that he was doing well, as the leaves rustled in the gentle breeze under the soft sunset light. Then, one day, Ben fell sick, and Emma rushed with Daniel to the hospital, where the soft white lights glowed around them, as Daniel sat next to Ben's hospital bed, looking panicked, whispering, "I can't lose him," while Emma placed her hand on his shoulder, softly saying, "You won't. He's strong." As Ben lay asleep, Emma held his small hand, whispering softly, while Daniel stood nearby with relief in his eyes, the warm bedside lamp casting a comforting glow in the hospital room. When Ben recovered, they returned to the park, where Ben ran with a bright smile as Emma and Daniel watched, standing close under the warm evening light, trees painted with gold and green under the sky. As the sun set, Daniel took Emma's hands, looking into her eyes with hope, whispering, "Don't go. We need you," while Emma looked back with tears and a soft smile as Ben played in the background, the sky glowing in pink and gold. Later, they walked together toward a small ice cream cart in the park, Ben holding Emma's hand with excitement, while Daniel wrapped his arm around Emma's shoulders, the warm light of the evening sun lighting up their path as they stepped toward a new chapter, filled with small joys and the promise of a family that started with a simple act of kindness on a train.